Hello everyone and welcome to First Generation Gaming and our review of Battalion 44. As you know, we look to break down the whole game into 10 separate categories to give you an insight into exactly what you're spending your hard-earned cash on. Before we start though, I will read you a brief introduction from the developers, so here we go. Battalion recaptures the core of classic competitive shooters and refines the classic FPS feel for the next generation, focusing on 5v5 infantry combat where precise flick shots with your Kar 98, covering fire with your Thompson and fluid movement are key to clutching every round for your team. So here's what we have to say. Graphics, 7 out of 10. The graphics work just fine. Yes, if totally honest, I won't say they're amazing, but with the well-detailed maps that are tailor-made for close quarter combat, look cool enough. Of course the graphics aren't on the same level of, say, Battlefield 1 for instance, but that's okay. The game looks just fine. I have noticed some odd texturing on the characters, especially the faces. They all kind of look like zombies. But as I say, for the most part, the graphics fit the game perfectly. Gameplay, 9 out of 10. One of the things I love about this game is how all of the bullshit is stripped out in comparison to other titles in the genre. We have no ridiculous jetpacks, rainbow camouflage guns, players bouncing off walls, futuristic guns, ammunition, kill streaks and loot crates. This is when I personally stopped playing the genre. For me, Battalion 44 takes away all of this and what you are left with is 5-on-5 run and gun battles. One gun, well two if you want to count your pistol. One grenade and one smoke bomb and that is it. You can either play arcade, which is a mix of classics like Team Deathmatch, Capture the Flag or Search and Destroy, which you can also play in an unranked mode. The ranked mode is due to go live apparently in a week or so. Whether they're ready for this or not, I simply don't know. The gameplay is smooth, fast, fluid and fun. I have found myself though muting the chat. As with many games, not just this one, the community is highly toxic. Mainly, of course, keyboard warriors who have just died and all of a sudden have turned into the best player on the team whilst they proceed to tell you what you should do. But all in all, the gameplay is fantastic. Value, 10 out of 10. When you consider games like Call of Duty World War II that can cost you around £50 on the Xbox One, this seems ridiculous in comparison to the nice low price of Battalion 44 at just £11.39 and currently with a 10% discount on Steam. Yes, of course World War II is a complete game and of course Battalion 44 is in early access with a fraction of the content, but as I've mentioned earlier, this isn't about masses of content. This is about stripping a game down and giving people what they want. Battalion 44 delivers on the price hands down. Audio, 7 out of 10. If it is either gunshot or footstep sounds, surely it's hard to get this wrong. All the various ballistic sounds are there for each famous gun in the game, which seems to be captured well enough. The menu soundtrack is nothing to write home about, but then again, who cares, right? Content, 7 out of 10. You buy this game for one reason and one reason only, to load up into a server alongside randoms against randoms. It's as simple as that. Nobody cares for anything else. Battalion 44 is a multiplayer PvP matchup that you can either play arcade, unranked or coming soon for the tryhards, a ranking game mode. And after taking a look at the Battalion 44 website, I was impressed with their own roadmap splitting into quarters 1, 2, 3 and 4, highlighting plans for the year ahead. Most notably mentioned is all future DLCs free, which I think is fantastic. Yes, you can buy some cosmetic items from crates in the menu, which I'm never a fan of, but the option is there for those that choose to do so. With also many esports and pro tournaments in the pipeline, we have plenty to look forward to. Potential, 8 out of 10. The potential for this game is promising to say the least. Yes, there are some bugs. Yes, there are some issues that I will come to shortly, but once the game is fully optimised, I can see the community only going one way, and that's growing and growing and growing. Replayability, 9 out of 10. Battalion 44 is one of those games that is going to keep you coming back for more and more. Even once you are tired of it or gotten into playing something else for a while, it'll be one of those titles that you can just pick up and play, whether you plough hours into the game each week or you just have a blast for an hour here and there. This is most definitely one you will have in your collection that will never gather dust. Social 9 out of 10. The whole game is about teaming up with others. Multiplayer matchups is the core of Battalion 44. With a ranked gameplay mode on the way and pro tournaments lined up for later in the year, the whole game revolves around the social environment. To note, I haven't looked into this too much of all the current server issues, but I'm sure you're able to play your own clan matches or arrange against other teams on your own dedicated servers. Battalion 44 revolves around playing with other people. I'm just glad personally I can mute some of them. Technical 4 out of 10. Okay, so all's been going so well up until this point, right? Look, this game is in early access, yeah? We all know when you buy an early access title that you have to expect bugs, glitches, unoptimised gameplay, and for the most part I believe many people do. The glaring issue that Battalion 44 has right now is the servers. On the day of release, the whole servers crashed and burned. They simply wasn't expecting the sheer volume of players to purchase the game. Now, of course, this is great for the developers in terms of revenue. Long term, it's great for the community of the game. But for me, to not have bases covered here, I thought was a little slack. Since then, it seems now they have too many servers, and sometimes you can be running around the map in like a warm-up session for 5 minutes. Then another issue is if a player leaves your team, the server doesn't seem to replace them, leaving an uneven matchup. For me, these are schoolboy errors from the developers, but I know patches have been released over the weekend to address these issues. Developers 9 out of 10. On the day of release, I sat in the Discord channel and watched the sheer volume of crying kids flame and abuse the developers because the servers crashed. I suspect many of these people haven't purchased the game on launch. Because as you know, early access or not, many games have teething problems on release. But I know these guys worked their asses off until gone midnight, trying desperately to get the servers up and running for the community, rushing through a patch as quickly as they could. They also had their own studio lead guy, Joe Brammer, posting a video blog on Twitter to apologise to all. I respect this. Clearly not hiding, and more than happy to reassure you all they are working to resolve the issues. I logged off that evening around 12:30 AM and the patch still hadn't been released, so it's clear these guys were still hard at it. The next day I logged into Steam with a new patch release. Yes, as I mentioned, the servers aren't perfect, but it's clear they work hard to resolve issues. They are constantly in communication with the community via their own social media and Discord channel. And of course, only time will tell long term how enthusiastic and responsive they are, but right now for me, they can't be faulted. So what do we think overall? Well, forget the rocky launch, forget Battalion 44 is still in early access, forget its glaring bugs and issues, as for the most part, this game is exactly what the first person shooter genre needed. The game plays very well, and is going to give us many hours of gameplay that will keep you coming back for more and more. Whether you're a casual, die-hard or try-hard competitive gamer, you have it all right here, stripping away all the nonsense and giving us a simple yet effective World War II shooter. Battalion 44 is going to be around for a long time, so we are awarding this game a solid 80 out of 100. Nice work, guys. Well everyone, I hope you enjoyed our insight into Battalion 44. Please like and subscribe to our channel to see more new release reviews. Thanks once again. Feel free to drop a comment below with your views or review requests. See you in our next video.